some awesome bikes? Watch this.
Motorcycles come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are made to look like racing bikes. Others are big cruisers. And then some are really small and lightweight. Most motorcycles have 2 wheels, but every once in a while, you'll even see a 3-wheeled motorbike. These are called sidecar motorcycles. In this program, we're going to look at a bunch of different and awesome motorcycles, including a sidecar motorcycle imported from Russia, and a police bike. Then, we'll talk with a real Harley-Davidson mechanic who'll explain how a motorcycle works. And finally, as a special treat, you'll see the world-famous Cossacks, a motorcycle stunt team that can do some unbelievable things on their classic Harleys. We talked to Bob Jaron about his Russian Ural motorcycle.
What is this?
Amy, this is a Russian Ural motorcycle, and this is one of the first 6 that have come into the United States to go through the EPA DOT certification process. You know what that is? No, that's to make sure they comply with all the environmental laws and all of the laws that affect lighting and brakes and tires and things like that. And the Ural's been made for 54 years in western Siberia, a little town called Irbit, Siberia. And what sets the Ural apart from really any other motorcycle that's available right now is, first of all, it's very inexpensive because it's inexpensive to make in Russia. And it's got some pretty neat features. It's really derived from the World War II BMW, the /2 series. It's a twin-cylinder, 650cc motor. You know what that means? No, the 650cc is the displacement. That means that's how big it is. It's a shaft drive. It's a very direct copy of the 1940s BMW, but it has been upgraded. Got a reverse gear, so if we need to back up, we can just put it in reverse right here with the little lever on the right. Back it up. One thing it doesn't have is it doesn't have electric start. So to start it, we need to get out here and kick-start it, just like the good old days. It's basically a brand new antique.
Is this a sidecar?
Yes, it's a sidecar, Amy. It's sitting next to the motorcycle on the side, and I guess that's why they call it a sidecar. It's attached with 4 places, 2 down below and 2 up above. It weighs 227 pounds, and it'll handle some pretty big people. I can't remember exactly what the weight capacity is, but I've had a 340-pound, 6'6" guy in this chair, which is what we also call the sidecar. We call it a chair. And I've flown him in the chair, which means we've put that wheel up in the air. And when I take you for a little ride, I'll show you how that goes. We'll fly the chair.
Can I go for a ride?
You bet. Let's go. Okay, Amy, here's your helmet. Put it down like so. Put the strap around. This is to keep your head from getting banged if something unexpected should happen, huh?
Many police departments use motorcycles for traffic control and enforcement. Motorcycles are really good for this because they are quick and can sometimes get through traffic that would be really difficult for a car. Most police departments use either Kawasaki's or Harley Davidsons. Police bikes have many of the same things as a police car, including warning lights, a siren, and a two-way radio.
We ride a Kawasaki Police Special. It's a 1,000cc motorcycle, and the special equipment on it is obviously the bags, the light. They're equipped with running boards. They have a fairing mounted on the front. There's extensive radio equipment on the bike, and we carry the main radio in the side box. The siren, of course, is special equipment. These are built by Kawasaki just for the police department. This motorcycle is probably not as fast as a lot of you think it is. I think the top speed on these is around 105 to 110 miles an hour. But that's because they're so heavy, and the fairing in front pushes a lot of wind, so that will hold the bike back. But they're very quick in a short area, in a block, and that's what we use them more for, is short bursts of speed. I've been a motorcycle officer for about 12 years. Prior to that, I was in a traffic car, and before that, I was in a patrol car. Well, on a motorcycle, you're more independent. Because you're working by yourself, you don't have a partner. So you have to be a little more careful, because sometimes you're a ways off from any backup. So you just have to learn to operate more independently. When you're assigned to motorcycles in Seattle, there are a number of special things that we do that other officers will not get involved in. We work a lot at the Kingdome, and that means working the Seahawks and the Mariners baseball. We work the Husky football games. These are all things that they like to use motorcycles at because of their maneuverability. We're able to get in heavy traffic situations and try to help out the situation where a car can't get in there. So we do a lot of traffic control that the cars won't do. To ride motorcycles in Seattle, you have to go to a special motorcycle school. And there they teach you, they almost start from scratch. They have to teach you how to ride a motorcycle. They want you to forget a lot of the things you already knew, because most of it is probably wrong. So we have to go to this school, learn to ride, and then you have to pass a riding test to graduate from the school. I've been in some interesting situations, as most motorcycle riders. I was in a chase here a few years back where a vehicle refused to stop for us, and that chase ended in the car frame coming off of the vehicle. The body of the car flew across the street, and the four tires and frame and engine stayed on the other side of the street. That was a little strange when I came upon it, because I didn't see the accident, and it was confusing when I got there, and I see these two parts of cars, and it took a while to figure out what happened. But it was a high impact, a dangerous situation. Nobody was killed in that one, but that was a little strange.
Many Harley riders like to customize their motorcycles. A custom bike is really a stock motorcycle that has been modified or changed to suit the owner's tastes. And often that motorcycle becomes a work of art on wheels. And the final product can sometimes cost up to $50,000. On some custom bikes, almost everything has been changed or modified, including the gas tank, the forks, the seat and fenders, and many other parts. And the final change is often a beautiful new paint job. How does a motorcycle work? We talked with Brock Wheaton, an expert on motorcycles.
This is my friend Brock. He's a real Harley Davidson mechanic. Brock, how does a motorcycle work?
Well, on this motorcycle here, we have a V-twin motorcycle engine. It has 2 cylinders. Each have a piston like this that create power. The power goes from the engine to the transmission and then drives the rear wheel, which pushes it down the road. These are the handlebars on the motorcycle, which you hang on to with the controls. We have the throttle right here, which is the gas, brake control, and clutch control. Okay? The foot pegs are here with more controls. You got your brake over here and a gear shifter on the opposite side. We've got the front wheel, which you're steering. The front wheel rotates, changes directions as you go down the road to your front forks. This is your gas tank, your carburetor right here, exhaust system. Okay? Obviously your rear wheel. Rear brakes. On this side of the motorcycle, you have the spark plugs. Up here, this is the gear shifter to change your speeds going down the road. This particular motorcycle has a belt. Most motorcycles have chains. Some of them even have drive shafts. That's how the power is brought to the rear wheel to drive the bike down the road. This is the most important part of the motorcycle. This is where you sit when you're driving the motorcycle down the road. This is the gas tank where you fill it up. And that's about it to a motorcycle.
One of Brock's hobbies is as a rider for the world-famous Seattle Cossacks motorcycle stunt team. Let's take a look at the Cossacks in action.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 1994 Seattle Cossacks Motorcycle Stunt and Drill Team.
A little bit of introduction, let some of you people know.
We talk to the Cossacks.
How old are you?
I'm 50. I just turned 53 yesterday.
Cool.
And I turned 38 the day before yesterday.
We were almost twins.
My mother's prettier.
How long have you been with this team?
Well, with the Seattle Cossacks, the motorcycle stunt and drill team, I've been in there starting my 21st year this year.
And I'm starting my 4th year this year.
Do you hope to be on this team for a lot longer time?
Yes, I do, darling. I hope to be on here for a lot of years more.
I think this stunt team is kind of a lifetime commitment.
What's your favorite trick?
What's my favorite trick or the stunt that we do? I would say the flower. You know where we hang off the side? Brock is on the side there, the flower, and he goes down so far his head drags the pavement.
Boy, that's a tough one. I like them all. But today I got to do something, a two-bike ride that was way fun.
How come there's no girls on the team?
Well, we get asked that a lot of times. Did you see some of the pyramids or how we stack up in there and all that stuff? Usually girls really don't want to get in there because if something starts going wrong and we have to reach and grab somebody by the ear or their nose or something like that, it'll hurt bad. And us old boys, we don't mind grabbing another old boy and just pulling his nose or his ear off. But we never have had a lady to come try to drive in the team with us.
So, if there was a lady on your team, would you do that?
Would we do what? Well, if we had to grab her by the nose or the ear to keep from falling down and hurting somebody, we'd have to.
What kind of motorcycles do you like?
Oh, Harley Davidsons. Since that team started in 1938, the team has used nothing but Harleys.
Same here, Harley Davidsons.
Where have you traveled to?
Well, the team has traveled a lot of places. In 1962, they was at the World's Fair in Seattle. In '86, at the World's Fair in Vancouver, BC, not Victoria, Vancouver, BC. We've traveled to Rapid City and Sturgis, South Dakota. 3 years we've been there, right? Yeah, 3 years we've been there, and we've been to the Harley Davidson 90th birthday. We've been up into Canada. We've been down to Southern California. Mercy, Brock, and we're all Brock. It's just Idaho, yeah, Idaho. And
Most of the West Coast, and a little bit back.
Oh yeah, Oregon. We're all over the place like that, yeah.
Do you do anything else besides ride motorcycles for a living?
Yes, I'm a mechanic right here at downtown Harley Davidson.
Well, I would like to work on Harleys for a living because they're a lot of fun. He's got a fun job. I want his job, but he won't let me have it. But I am a pipe fitter. I'm a pipe fitter in the shipyards.
Now let's look at all of these motorcycles on the road.